I was like listening to Jay-Z on Pandora, Jay-Z radio on Pandora while I'm getting dressed. And y'all, this is the first time I put on lashes by myself, and like it's not bad. I'm so excited. I'm coming for you, YouTubers. I am so coming for y'all. If you know me, you know that I cannot put lashes on to save my life, but I'm like, I have to give them some glam since my hair is wrapped. I'm trying to show my personality a little bit more because I've been really stiff in previous videos, and that's because I'm trying to be politically correct because your girl does not have a job for like after law school. I'll be working this summer, and I'm praying that they offer me a position to come on board with them, but nothing is set in stone. And I'm not trying to be on YouTube acting how like I normally act, and maybe somebody won't like it, but at the same time I watch my videos and I'm like, girl, loosen up, baby. You are too stiff. You are too stiff. And I had a long conversation with one of my good friends, Simi Sola. And she's like, girl, I know who you are. She calls me bougie badass. So I just feel like I need to relax. And so that's what I'm gonna try to do, starting with this video. Back to what I was saying. So as I'm getting ready for this video, it was originally gonna be about my callback process, but I decided, well, no, I was listening to Jay-Z Pandora, and the Kanye West song came on, All Falls Down. And it all falls down. I'm telling you, oh. I cannot sing, but I don't want YouTube to like give me a copyright issue. So that's the snippet, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to put the actual snippet in this video. But you know how it talks about like, she's so self-conscious, she has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out because her parents will look at her funny. You should know what I'm talking about now, and if you don't, I will put the song title in my description. But when I was doing my makeup, that song came on Pandora, and I was like, yo, I've always felt like that song spoke to me so much, and I'm going to tell you why. Why did I decide to come to law school? Well, I started off undergrad as a biology major, and that's because growing up I always said I wanted to be a doctor. And it's not necessarily, well, that's not true. When I was like 3 or 4, I told my mom and my godmother I wanted to be a chef, and my godmother was like, girl, a chef? You cannot be a chef, honey. It's just a chef. So that conversation always stuck with me. My mom pulled me aside and she was literally like, you can be whatever you want to be. Like, if you want to be a chef, you can do that. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. So my mom has always been really supportive, but I'll never forget having that conversation with my godmother. She made it seem like it was just like that is so beneath me, like I cannot be a chef. And y'all, I love food, and I love to cook, and I think it's just one of those things that I just love to do. Now I don't really care to cook for people. I will if you're that special to me, but for some reason I was like, okay, I can't be a chef, I want to be a doctor. And it was never like, nobody ever pressured me to choose medicine or anything, but I loved like OBGYNs and like what they did, and just the concept of them taking out babies. I love babies. And so I was like, okay, I want to be an OBGYN. And so everybody was like, oh my god, yay, Narinah wants to be a doctor, yay. So my entire life it was about me going to medical school and preparing me for that. So even when I was like 15, I spent a summer at Johns Hopkins College of Medicine in their program, just like learning about cadavers, learning more about the medical field. And it was cool. I met a lot of really great people. Some I still keep in contact with, which is crazy because I'm like, what, 23 now, so 7 years. So yeah, I was all in. So by the time I got to FSU, I was like, I want to be a doctor. So I locked in biology as my major. And my junior year, I decided like, I don't really like this. Mind you, this is my junior year. I'm taking organic chemistry at this point. So it's like a couple of classes left for chemistry, like, or the bio requirements, and like I'm good. And so I'm like, no, I'm not happy. So I'm watching Scandal one day, and this, you know, I was a late bloomer, okay? Late bloomer as in I didn't watch Scandal when everybody was watching Scandal. I was just like, no, no, no. But that's always how I've been. I'm not with the hype. I still haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones. It's March 29th, 2020, and I still haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones. Let that sink in. So anyway, I'm watching Scandal, and I was like, I just get up from the couch and I'm like, because this is how weird I am, y'all. I get up from the couch and I'm like, I want to be Olivia Pope. Like, dead serious. I'm like, I want to be Olivia Pope. So then I call my freshman year roommate, Brianna, because coming into college, she was like, I want to go to law school. That's always her thing. So I call Brianna, I'm like, girl, I am watching Scandal, and guess what? I want to go to law school. I want to be Olivia Pope. She's like, shut up, Narinah. She just was not taking me seriously at all, because at this point, we're going into our junior year, or it was our junior year, early beginnings. So I call my cousin Christy in Connecticut, and she's basically like the closest person to me that I know that is an attorney. Well, my brother-in-law is an attorney, but nobody in my immediate family is an attorney. Like I said, I'm a first generation. So I called Christy and I'm like, yo, I think I want to go to law school. I'm looking into the requirements. What do you think? And she's like, honestly, Narinah, it doesn't hurt to get a law degree. Like, it's always good to know the law, know your rights, whatever. If you don't like it, you can do something else. It's a universal degree. It opens up many doors. And at the time, I really didn't understand what she meant by, like, you can really do anything. It's not that big of a deal if you get this degree. Because, you know, like, when you don't really have lawyers in your family, and like me, I grew up in a really Haitian household. Not too Haitian to the point where my parents didn't let us do things. Like, my parents were cool, but they're still Haitian, born and raised in Haiti. So, they think if you want to be a lawyer, you criminal defense, immigration. That's it. They don't consider anything else. It's like, so once I decided, yo, I don't want to be a bio major anymore, I dropped organic chemistry. Like, I withdrew from the class like halfway through the semester. And I just started taking classes that I might have been interested in. So I took a lot of psychology classes, because I promise you, I could read you from a mile away, okay? I like psychology, I like, you know, sociology, those type of classes. So those were the classes I was taking, but I hadn't officially changed my major yet. I went to FSU's like Career Development Center, and I took an aptitude test. I'm taking the test, and it's like, you should be a doctor, nurse, something in the medical field. And I was like, the test is wrong. So then like my second like level was like entrepreneur or some creative. I'm like, okay, I could see that. But lawyer was somewhere in there as well. I think probably on the second level. And so I'm like, all right. Confirmed, you know, had to take a little test to confirm it. So I joined a pre-law fraternity, Phi Alpha Delta, and they were having this talk. And this lawyer in town was coming in to speak. Mind you, I had been trying to get in contact with this same attorney because I knew I wanted to try to get an internship with her. I'm all about boss women doing their things. So I'm like, I need to work with her. So she comes in and she starts talking, and she's like, why do you all want to be attorneys? Mind you, this is a room full of pre-law fraternity students, so everybody in there thinks they want to go to law school. One girl raises her hand. She's like, I like to argue. And then she's like, okay. And then somebody else raised their hand and was like, said something else. And I raised my hand and I was like, I really don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to help people. She was like, you know, that's why I went to law school. And she started giving her talk about how she fell in love with criminal defense because she knew like she wanted to step in and help those who really didn't have anybody on their side, who really felt like they were alone. After the talk, I went up and I introduced myself, and she's like, you know what? You're the person who likes to help people. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you know, I have a job for you. Come work with me this summer. Mind you, there was a long line of people waiting for her because everybody wanted to get this summer internship with her. So that's literally how I got my first internship. The summer between my junior and senior year, I started working for her. And y'all, when I tell you, it was literally amazing. Like, I felt like every single day I was doing something different. So like I said, she's a criminal defense attorney. I was working on rape cases, murder cases, attempted murder cases. I was anything from like social security fraud to murder. Like, what? Well, attempted murder. I didn't work on a murder case, but everything was in there. Obviously, there was some child pornography cases, which I hate. There were those pedophilia cases, which I hate. But every single day was something new. So it was interesting. I loved it. And I'm the type of person, when I start doing something, I'm gonna do it well. That experience solidified the fact that I wanted to go to law school. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, and I'm going to commit to it. Damn, I got the timeline wrong. I'm not about to re-record this. It was the summer between my sophomore and junior year is when I had the internship with her. Going into my junior year, I changed my major. I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. I told my parents I'm changing my major, y'all. You would have thought I told them I was dropping out of school. Literally, they're like, no. Oh my gosh, Narinah's changing her major. My mom called everyone in the family. People are calling me talking about, why are you changing your major? Da, da, da. I'm like, did she tell you I want to go to law school? It was as if law school was saying like, I'm dropping out. Like, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So that junior year, I switched my major to English, editing, writing, and media. And I chose English because I would have finished on time, still would have graduated in May of 2018. And my cousin who went to law school, Christy, she was an English major, and she was basically like, you need it. You need to know how to write well. And I've always loved writing. So I chose at English as my major, and then I chose political science as my minor, which I greatly regret. Okay, that was just taking advice from people who wanted to go to law school. I would not have done political science because it's not my thing. I wish I would have minored in sociology. I don't know if you guys can hear my roommate. She's kind of like doing stuff in the background, but hopefully you can't hear her. I stuck through with the political science because at that point it was just like, I'm not gonna try to complete something else. Okay, hold on. So I knew I wanted to take the LSAT by December of my junior year so that I could apply to schools by February and get in during my senior year so I wouldn't have to take a year off, because Lord knows, after my parents and their hysteria, after all the drama with my parents and me changing my major, I was just like, Lord knows I don't need to take a year off and be in anybody's house, okay? Because every day I would not hear the end of it. Every single day would be, Narinah's not in school. Narinah, da, da, da. I was just like, Lord, please. I was praying to God. I was like, please don't let me have to move back home. Please, because I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do if Nelly and Ford knew that I was moving back home, child, with no plan. That led to me studying for the LSAT, taking the LSAT, and thankfully I got into law school, and so now I'm here. That is my story, and it ties all back into that song, because it was like, she has that major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out because the parents will look at her funny. Like, English, I don't know what I would do with that degree. I really do not know what I would do with an English degree and a political science minor. But I wouldn't drop out because my parents would look at me funny. Like, come on. So it was like law school or nothing. So that inspired me to make this video. It inspired me to just tell y'all, like, no matter why you want to go to law school, it could be because you really want to practice law and you know that, and that's great. Do it. Or it could be like you're really not sure, but you're trying to figure things out. That's okay. Like, it's okay to go to law school because you haven't figured out your life yet. Because they literally throw us into the real world. 4 years is not enough to really know what you want to do. But that song, yo, when people say inspiration, it literally inspired me to make this video that I really wasn't going to make today. I was going to make something else that probably wouldn't have been as funny or entertaining. So I'm glad I did this, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, thank you for watching.